He's back. Good to see you, Michael.
Good to see you, Pete.
Lots and lots happening with Tottenham Hotspur. So let's start with the big breaking transfer news this morning. And Tottenham have completed club record signing of Matheus Fernandes from West Ham for 85 million. And there's more to come. But Michael, start with this. What can you tell us?
Yeah, look, a few weeks ago, well, since middle of June, obviously, there was the news about Spurs being interested in Sandro Tonali. Matheus Fernandes had strong interest abroad and Manchester United. Then a few days after that, we told you that Spurs were also interested in Matheus Fernandes and they were determined to bring him to North London from East London. Now, a lot were thinking maybe Manchester United would be favourites to sign him. But what we were told is Spurs were determined to sign him, and West Ham agreed a fee with Spurs for £85 million. And credit to West Ham United. They've got the fee they wanted, which might help them keep Jarrod Bowen. We'll see down the line. But everyone you speak to, I just spoke to someone here who's at West Ham Sports, said you've just signed, Tottenham Hotspur just signed an outstanding midfielder, only 21 years of age. And he'll wear the number 18 shirt for Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, that number 18 shirt, obviously previously worn by Fernando Llorente, Giovanni Lo Celso, but also Harry Kane, Jermaine Defoe, and Jurgen Klinsmann, three very special ex-Spurs players. And if he could do half of what they did, Spurs fans will like him indeed. But it's a real midfield restructure at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, so you've asked someone here about Matheus Fernandes. Have you asked anyone about Sandro Tonali?
I've spoken to you a few times. Yeah.
Rubbish, actually. Yeah. But no, listen, seriously, Sandro Tonali, this one's edging closer, isn't it? A big fee. I think from a Newcastle point of view, they've got themselves a great fee for the player. But this is him, latest pictures.
Yeah, this is him here in Milan. Don't worry, Sandro, it's just as nice over here. And this is our colleagues in Sky in Italy with other journalists as well. Of course, this is a huge deal. I think it's a record for an Italian as well. So it's a huge deal for them over there in Italy as well. But he's now on his way from Milan to London to seal a move, long-term contract, a 6-year deal. For Tottenham Hotspur, we understand, for a fee rising to £100 million. And as you say, Pete, that Newcastle are happy with the fee. And of course, Eddie Howe will like to recoup that, I'm sure, as well, which he's going to. But yeah, he says here as well, we'll have that for you shortly. But he's looking forward for a new adventure and a fresh start, Sandro Tonali. So it will be Matheus Fernandes. Well, he had over the last few days. The question I've got asked more than anything, is it Matheus Fernandes or Sandro Tonali? And every time, no, it's both. And it will be both. Sandro Tonali, medical today at Tottenham Hotspur.
The optics for Tottenham as well, Mike, I've just had one more. And obviously, Manchester United were interested in Fernandes. There was interest in Tonali from, Arsenal in the past, Manchester United, Manchester City. The optics of these players choosing Tottenham must please Tottenham fans as well.
I think it's made a lot of people stand up, Pete, and eyes are on them. A year ago, Pete, I was on set talking about Eberechi Eze going to Spurs, ends up at the biggest rivals. The Morgan Gibbs-White situation. Then in January, telling people that Spurs wanted to sign Antoine Semenyo, but he obviously went to Manchester City. Yeah. And that's left Spurs supporters so frustrated. They don't want to hear about we did our best. They want to see players move in. And of course, there was a lot of mocking, and you see Gibbs-White scoring against Spurs, Eze scoring against Spurs. So I think these signings have really impressed those outside of the football club as well. So yeah, it's going to be a big season ahead. And Sandro Tonali's first Spurs home game is...
See you there, mate. Right, could Nottingham Forest be about to appoint a fifth manager in 9 months? Let's head to their training ground now and join our reporter, Kirsty Edwards. Kirsty, watch out as the delivery van flies out next to you. Good to see you. Loads happening at Nottingham Forest, as always. What's the latest on the managerial situation up there, and why do you think it is they're edging closer to Oliver Glasner?
Well, it's not just delivery fans we have to watch out for. There's a load of construction work going on right now at the training ground behind me. But soon, later this month, there will be work going on on the training pitches, and we fully expect Oliver Glasner to be the man who is leading all of that work. The club are closing in on him. It looks to be a 3-year deal for the Austrian. Why? Well, Pereira did a great job with Forest. He kept them up in the Premier League. I think the club will be really appreciative of that. He got them to a semi-final of the Europa League. But Evangelos Marinakis is an owner that we have said so often is hugely ambitious. He doesn't just want a steady ship at the club. He doesn't just want them to stay in the Premier League. He wants to be competing for European places. He wants to be winning trophies. And Oliver Glasner has proved that he has the pedigree for that. 3 trophies with Crystal Palace in the last couple of years, the FA Cup, the Community Shield, the Conference League just only recently. So I think as soon as he became available, Evangelos Marinakis would have been desperate to get him here. And the minute it became clear that Glasner was willing to come, I think that meant that Pereira's days were numbered. A great statement from him yesterday. He said he wasn't bitter, was saddened, was shocked. But yeah, it looks like very much Oliver Glasner will be the man to take his place here at Forest. And we're expecting that to happen pretty soon.
And look, Glasner's relationship, Kirsty, Crystal Palace, it broke down often over the sales of some of his key players. We saw the likes of Eze go to Arsenal, of course, Elise going to Bayern Munich. But we've just seen at Nottingham Forest, Elliot Anderson leave for Manchester City. So you don't worry that they're going to have similar issues here at Forest with regards to Glasner having to lose some of his top players?
I don't think so. Forest aren't actually a selling club when it comes to their big players, unless they get a ridiculous offer like they have for Elliot Anderson. They're getting a huge fee for him. So I think Glasner will understand why they're selling him to Manchester City. When clubs do try to come in for their big stars, they have to face up to Evangelos Marinakis, and we saw how Spurs struggled with that last summer. He was not going to let Morgan Gibbs-White go, that's for sure. He kept hold of him. So I think Glasner will have seen that. He will have seen the fact that Marinakis does back his managers in the transfer window. I think he will have seen the ambitions that the owner has here. We heard a lot from Glasner about his ambitions. He was upset at Palace that he felt that they let players go and instead progress from winning the FA Cup. He felt that he wasn't backed in that sense. He felt that they didn't plan around losing players and plan properly in terms of replacing them. And I think he'll find it very different here with Marinakis. So, yeah, I don't think there'll be any concerns. And he'll certainly have some money to spend this summer, won't he, after Elliot Anderson's departure to Manchester City.
That's a good point, actually. Little transfer kitty. Well, not a little one there, potentially, Kirsty. Thank you very much indeed. Sandro Tonali on his way to London ahead of his club record £100 million move to Tottenham Hotspur from Newcastle United.